Good morning, what's going on? Starting off another day. Just want to make sure we get a head start and make today a productive day. I'm going to start doing it from my office. Feel it's a little bit more professional, give it a better look than, me first getting up and looking groggy and having coal in my eye. Even though the shift isn't getting any better, but had a good morning, good workout. See, I got my little juice here. Kale, some spinach, celery, all kinds of good stuff to start off the morning. Well, today we're going to talk about effort and the lack of effort and the mastery of effort. Just applying yourself just to make the most out of yourself and just to reach your potential, because a lot of times we don't really do what we're capable of doing. We do what people think we can do, and we think we're limited. We think there's things that we can't do, we can't achieve because we haven't achieved them already, which is definitely a bad way to look at things. But in our culture, that's just the behavior. That's what's accepted. That's what people do. They joke and they laugh about, and they play games and they tease you when you're trying to do something productive. But when you're just being one of the crowd, somebody in the crowd, then it's accepted. It's like, okay, cool. This guy's cool because he's just like us. There's nothing wrong with being cool, you know what I mean? But you define what cool is. Cool is taking care of your business. Cool is getting out of the hood. Cool is taking care of your family. Cool is having a good job with benefits. Cool isn't just laying around doing nothing, waiting for some mystery plan to pop into your head, or some mystery person to come into your life and make you rich, or some lottery ticket comes up with your numbers on there, or you getting hit by a car or having an accident, you getting money. Those are just excuses. Those aren't things that successful people do. I've been there. I've done that. It's really easy to do that. It's really easy to get caught up into that. It's especially easy when you're in a relationship with somebody that's doing the same thing, because then you can both sit back and lay back and do nothing together. What beats that, right? Why make it more complicated? Why go out and put forth effort and try to be anything more? What's wrong? We're living in the hood, eating Chinese pizza, maybe some cooked food from time to time, living check to check, unemployment check to unemployment check, welfare check to welfare check, food stamp deposit to food stamp deposit. When tax season comes, that's when, you re-up on everything. I understand that life. I was there too. I remember a while ago, actually, a couple years ago, I was the Rent-A-Center king. I was just, the whole living room was Rent-A-Center. I had like a 60-inch projector, TV, the sofa, the furniture. I think I even had a bed. I think I even had like a micro. Anything that they had that was able to be rented, I rented. It wasn't because I didn't have the money. It's just because I didn't have the credit. I didn't have the ability, I didn't want to save up the money. I didn't want to prepare my credit in order to get those things at a cheaper price. So to me, as long as I paid, $100 a month for everything, that was nothing. I had it right now. It was immediate gratification. I got the problem solved right now. But years later, what did it solve? Nothing. It didn't solve anything. It didn't change anything. Actually, it just put me in a worse situation, because the debt got worse. And eventually, after all that money I put into it, I had to give it back. And then I later realized that once you have good credit, or even have money in the bank, but we'll just stick with good credit, the same TV that you was paying all that money for just to rent it, you can put it on your card, like a store card, like a Best Buy card or whatever. You can pay a super low deposit on it every month. And now you have a top-notch TV that's yours, going to be yours, and it's building up your credit at the same time. So you see, it's just a matter of the behavior. It's just a matter of just somebody being there to tell you, look, I get what you're saying, I understand what you're trying to do, I understand what goal is, your aim is good because, you know, you're hitting the target. But the goal is just wrong. You know, the goal of just getting a TV by any means isn't good, because those means, or those any means, are actually the wrong means, because you're making life worse for yourself. Maybe not now, but later. And it's somewhat like when I was doing the party thing. You know, I was doing it, and it was the best thing that could ever happen. It was like you know, you got like that fake fame. You know, and with that fake fame, you know, you have a temporary piece of sanity, and you know, things are good for now. But there's very few people in the business that are actually planning for the future, who actually, you know, have like insurance, or, you know, child care for their children, or 401k, or investments. You know, there are people that will do, but most people don't. You know, and when you think about what you lose by committing to, you know, that lifestyle, you know, the harms that you put your body in with the liquor, trees, you know, not sleeping, a lack of sleep, the empty relationships, you know, you're not spending time with your family, or whatever other sacrifices you're making. You know, not to mention it's not stable. You know, it goes from night to night, you know, week to week. You know, it was cool. Like, it's a good thing to do, you know, just to have fun and enjoy yourself. But I learned later that I have more potential to do other things. And most people have more potential to do other things. You know, you could look at it and say, well, look, I'm doing better than this person right here. Like, how good is that, though? You know, then somebody else could look at you and say, well, I'm doing better than you. So you really got to compare yourself to yourself. You say, well, am I doing the same thing now that I was doing a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago? Like, can I look at pictures from a party last year and I see I'm doing the same thing, pictures at a party this year? You know, so where's the growth in that? You know, where is the change? Where is the improvement? You know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with partying and enjoying yourself, but there's something wrong where you're not taking care of your other responsibilities. When, you know, you don't have good credit, you still live in the same neighborhood, you know, you don't have money in the bank, you don't have a stable life, a stable lifestyle, you're killing your kidneys with all the liquor, you know, and you're building up habits, and you're making your life more difficult than it needs to be in the future. Sometimes it's hard to see beyond what's in front of you. But over time, you'll see that there's something more than just what's in front of you, you know? There's something more than just looking at right now. And once you begin to understand that, then you can understand, you know, what you're capable of, and, you know, what's really out there, what opportunities are there for you. So it's just a matter of just, you know, having a good view of reality and a good understanding of what life offers you and what you offer yourself, really, you know? Just because no one in your family has done it so far doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. You know, just because no one else in your family moved out the hood, or moved out the crib, or graduated college, or got any certificates or degrees, or did anything worthwhile, or has any investments, doesn't mean that you don't have to follow the same process. You know, you could be the first one. Actually, for me, being the first one isn't bad. It has its struggles because you have to learn on your own, but also there's a value that comes with learning on your own. You know, you're able, it makes you stronger. Like, all the mistakes that you make actually make you better, you know. And when you begin to turn those failures into fuel that guide you and mold you to be the person that you're meant to be, you know, then you're off to a good start, and you'll be the person that you're capable of being. So that's about it for now. I'm about to get it popping and get to work. It's about 7:15 now. We'll start at 7:30. So just want to wish everybody, you know, a good day, and let's get out here and make it happen. Don't worry about the snow, the little blizzard. It is what it is. You still have to get things done. Like, you can't just say, okay, it's snowing, I'm not going to sit home and just chill with some miscellaneous dude or chick. Like, it don't work like that. Start reading. Use this time to watch something different on Netflix if you're going to do that. Use this time if you have fathers, if you have kids, get your kids over, spend this time with them. You know what I mean? Do something productive. Have something to show for it. It's like, okay, it snowed. It kept me in the house, but I was able to make the best of it. I was able to make the most out of today. You know, and there's nothing wrong with setting goals and making... got a meeting. Gotta get off this. Alright guys, take care. Just remember the best is yet to come, alright?